All right, hello, Professor Sahu and the grading team. This is the video submission for the IceBreakr team. We're going to quickly walk you through everything that we need to do. So we'll start off with Abhijit showing the login process. So as you can see here, he's entering a first name, last name, date of birth, and also an email, which will be his unique identifier inside of our system. And a password, which must be 8 characters long for security. Of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is not particularly secure. And here he is registering with our system. And this brings us into a profile page, which gives his name, how old he is based on his date of birth. And he would be able at this point to enter some interests manually if he would like to. So there we go. So Formula One racing. Now, rather than having to just enter absolutely everything manually, we can also import interests. This brings us through to our social portion. We can, with a few taps, manage to import from Facebook. Facebook import, and we can see here now that a whole bunch of different stuff has been added from Facebook, from the pages that he has liked on Facebook. And that is, of course, accessing Facebook via the Facebook app, which is installed on this Android device. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to sign up another, what are we going to do at this point?
I mean, we can show some settings.
Okay, so yes, here's the settings page. This allows you to change your name, your date of birth, whether you want your unit of measurement to be imperial or metric, and how far you want our geolocational app to search for other users to meet up. As we can see here, that will persist even if we go back to the home page and back around, so we again have the changed values. All right, so we now have a talk and a don't talk mode. We're presently in don't talk mode. We can tell because all the buttons are grayed out and inactive. If we wanted to make ourselves active, we would hit the talk button. This now makes us findable by other IceBreakr users. So here we see the requests page. If we were to have sent a request to another user, it would show up here. And also on the next page, this is where, when we receive requests from other users, where they would show up. So the next phase that we're going to go into is getting another user to send a request to us here. So here we have, and that's kind of glary, so let's get it there. All right. A secondary device, which will engage in the process of logging in. We've already pre-entered all his values. He's registering with the system. We're going to do a quick import from Facebook, or import from Google+. Google+, of course, has much less information. We essentially just get a tagline. So this is a tagline. And again, Eugene's information. Okay, and now we're going to send a response back and forth. So we're now seeing that Abhijit is available to talk, as we can see over here, as he's in his talk mode, and all of his buttons are activated. And that shows up for Abhijit. Abhijit shows up for Eugene. So now let's send an actual request to meet up. So here we see a Google Maps implementation. That current pin shows exactly where Eugene is, and we're now going to suggest a location for a meetup. So let's say anywhere. There's fine. All right, and then hitting the button in the top left actually engages in the process of sending that through to Abhijit's device.
Yeah,
so there we go.
So I can see that there's a request here. So I click it.
And that brings us through and shows exactly where we had shown on the other side, where Eugene had suggested that they meet up. And and then we can click on accepting that. And now in the in requests, we see that Eugene has sent a request to Abhijit. All right. So there we go. That's the primary flow of the application.